I totally butchered that and hit the button a little early, huh? How about that? Anyway, sorry about that. Apologize. So, oh crap. I have my miner on. There we go. There we go. I shut it off. If you may be seeing a little bit of a delay, you might have to hit the refresh button. Apologize. I just hit the refresh as well. Looks like everything is back to normal. So, I don't know. Right from the get-go, I was having issues. Again, I'm still trying to tweak this other platform that I want to go live in. It turns out that I had everything set up. It's like, awesome. So this might actually work. So then I go to point towards it and it says, sorry, you need a higher upgradable package. So then I looked at the package that you need to utilize it, and you need like a business or something plan. And that's like $95 a month. I'm like, I don't even make $95 a month. I can't do it. So I might have to just build every single scene and everything throughout that platform from scratch to see if it's going to work. Anyway, coming into the stream here, I went to start it, and normally it does a whole bunch of different things since the last Streamlabs update, and it didn't. It went straight to the stream. I was like, oh no, now my settings are messed up. What is going on? Then it looks like everything kicked in. So rough start. Now let's continue. So what's going on? How's everyone doing? I just hope we can start with a big Borg. Oh, you want the Borg voice? Yeah. All right. I like the Borg voice. Welcome everyone. We are one. We are Rabid. Huh? The Borg voice? Is that thing awesome or what? I like that voice. It's wicked. Anyway, scrolling up, let's do a roll call and kind of go through some things. So we got Jock McMiner UK. What is happening? Why is... Oh no. I did notice my chat didn't pop up in the other screen, so I have no idea what's going on. Who cares? Anyway, moving on. We got Skirm. We got Red Putts. What's happening? Squirrel Master, what's going on? Dan Ruggs Horse Coin, congratulations. I was in Panda's stream earlier. He's probably still streaming, I'm imagining, but I'm not sure. You won there, so awesome. Congrats to you. Ultra Carbon, what's going on? Skirm again. Dan Ruggs Horse Coin. Oh, I just went through that. So there's another winner in here that won something. We got Pirate. Red Putts, what's happening? Crypto Bedell. Scrolling through. Where's Fudweiser? Usually he's up here. Maybe... Budweiser, are you there? You mad or something? Because I know Roblox is down right now, so that sucks. I went to kind of adjust my stuff, and it was down. Sling Buzz, what's going on? Scrolling through. Ogre MGTW. We got Curtis Mackham. Kia Enigma Adventures. Hey, you won over there also, but you weren't there to respond. What was going on with that? Did you know you won? You won one of the draws over there, Kia Enigma. I went to tag you and say congratulations, and I couldn't tag you. I was like, oh no, where is he? We got CB Koopa, Jock McMiner. Scrolling through, oh, it just jumped on me and I totally missed it. I swear I saw Fudweiser here somewhere. You know what? I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm just going to do it. Fudweiser. There we go. I did it because I swear I saw his name in here somewhere. I'm scrolling through. I got to make sure. Why don't I see it? All right. Maybe with the refresh it messed up. I don't know. We got PC Bides. Cookie, what's going on? Ogre MTW again. We see Pi here. I'm assuming it's Pi because it's the symbol pi and then PI. So Pi. And all that. He is here, trust me. Okay, I figured he was, but I wasn't sure. I thought I saw his name earlier, but when I hit that refresh, it might have kind of messed. Yeah, it's not on my screen now. I don't know why. That's weird. Everything's acting totally weird. Anyway, regardless, so crazy week this week. As we know, XBitTron did get hacked, and it kind of had a ripple effect across some other coins. Now, it's kind of funny, depending who you ask about it or who did anyway. Now, remember back with FTX, whole thing went on. It was a big deal. Now, that was for the traders and all them. As miners, a lot of us didn't even know who FTX was. Who is FTX? What is FTX? Why is it a big deal? And we turned out like these guys were huge. All the major exchanges had some part of them somehow. So it's kind of reversal now, moving on to XBitTron. And when I was going through some of the comments, there were a lot of people, like trader guys, I guess, saying, who's XBitTron? What's XBitTron? I've never heard of XBitTron. XBitTron, what's that? So it's hilarious, just the two different worlds of crypto, how something may be big to others and some, don't even know about it for the other thing. So XBitTron, though, as us miners, it listed a lot of smaller coins. So it actually had sort of a ripple effect across them. One of them being Yatacoin. Yatacoin is now sitting on, I don't even know, some crap exchange. No offense if that exchange is in here right now. Let's just have a peek. Yatacoin, let's open that up. So yeah, safe trade. So Coin only has safe trade. It's only sitting at a $2 right now. $2 in terms of volume. So not very much. You know, I guess that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It might keep the price decent, but I guess it'll only take like a half a coin to catastrophically drop it in a small trade. So that's the issue there. Now, I've been throwing out Twitter posts and stuff saying, hey, Trade Ogre, get on it. We need a new exchange here. So hopefully Trade Ogre and stuff gets on for Coin. I know Nexa was another issue. Now, it does sound like Nexa is on various other exchanges here. They're on TaxBit here. Safe Trade, they do have a Trade Ogre pairing and some BitNex here, but looks like TaxBit is their largest volume right now in terms of USDT. So, yeah, so they got their things. Now, people that were mining to an exchange, you probably got very worried here at first because everything was disabled. The website was down. And rule number one, guys, don't mine to an exchange. I get some wallets might be sketchy or something. You don't want to download them. But if you actually plan on holding the coin, just don't mine to an exchange at all. If you mine to an exchange, hopefully you're swapping it and putting it into something else that you want to. So as for updates on XBitron, let's see if there are anything new lately. So I'm in their Discord here. So let's see where the last one is. What is this? I missed this one. Coin withdrawals are stopped because network is unstable. That might have been before. Now confused about the voting and what happens. Okay, that's after that. We're opening USD. So this is the latest update that they have is about opening their USDT withdrawals. So let's just look at this. So we're opening USDT withdrawals for accounts with 2K plus balance. And what? Okay, so do you have 2K plus balance? I know I don't have like 20 cents or something. I don't know. We'll be processing transactions between cold and hot wallets manually to prevent any exploit or else. Please stay calm if withdrawals will take longer. You saw EDBT token arrive on your balance. Here you should be on the supply of the chain USDT. We'll want to repay users. Okay, so wow. So they opened up USDT withdrawals, but only for accounts with over 2,000. So that's not good. That's not good at all. You might have $100 sitting there, $50, $20 or something, and you can't pull it out. It's 2K plus. So that sucks. So do you guys think XBitron will recover from this? To me personally, I don't know. I hope they do. It sounds like they were kind of hacked previously in the past once before. I feel that maybe this could be the slow death to XBitron, but I don't know. It's a loading thing for you guys. I don't know what's going on here. Fudweiser, Rabid said you'd be mad. Where is he? I'm at work and damn bro. Oh, Fudweiser doesn't even know. Uh-oh. Yeah, if you go on to Roblox right now, Fudweiser has a big thing right across the screen says game is undergoing an update, and then it's like it's been doing that forever. So I logged off, went to log back in, and it's like entire Roblox ecosystem is down right now. So I don't know. Is there going to be a rollback? You're going to lose everything again. Oh, now he's going to be he's in the background pacing at work saying, "Oh no, no, what's happening? I need to get back. I got to take the day off." So 6 charts open. I'm leggy as heck. 6 charts open. I'm leggy as heck. Stream is back. Had to refresh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. I seem to be having issues. I probably messed something up totally when I was setting up my stream again. Where's my output? That all looks, I don't know, nothing changed there. I have no idea what's going on. This sucks though. Are you working on your portfolio? Made a lot of cash YOLOing on December. YOLOing? What do you mean? I didn't make nothing. I'm trying to work on my portfolio. Like I said, like me as a miner, I do use all my mined coins to cover my power costs and everything else. So I don't really get extra coins to be hodling inside. Now, when I do get extra coins, you know, maybe something was more profitable or, you know, right when power came, the price spiked and I was able to cover power costs with less coins, then obviously I take some of that and, you know, put in Bitcoin or whatever I feel is going to have a nice increase. So that's kind of like a savings account. Bitcoin and stuff is like my savings account. And the other day, this is a very interesting point. I got really mad about this. So stocks, exchanges, like, you know, the whole centralized entity on how the world is going, you know, without the crypto thing. So I've had this exchange with TD, this exchange account. And it's been, I can't remember, we're into this company. It's like a mining company. They're doing whatever, looking for gold and stuff across exploration and whatnot. So anyway, it's been in there for a while. But for TD, Canada Trust Holding, which is a Canadian bank, I'm not sure if there's a version in US or not, but so it's been sitting there. It's been there for a lot of months, maybe a year or two, maybe even longer. I don't even know. But it slowly accumulates fees. So I was looking at it the other day, and there's like $90 that I owe. And if you don't pay that within whatever X amount of time, because I also got a letter for it, they just automatically sell the required shares. That happened to me once in the past, where the price actually was like 80% dropped of when I got into this company, and they sold a bunch of shares at super low price. So that means I lost a lot based on that to cover their stupid fees. And then I came in, and then the price went way up. And I was like, look at that. They just lost, like, they just spent, well, for the 60 some dollars or something, they just spent like $1,000 worth of coins to cover $60 at that time versus what it was then. Then the price went up and everything regardless. And it happened again the other day. It's sitting at like $90 in fees. So just holding your stuff in a stupid stock, it's charging you on top of that. So how is that a good idea investment? Then I started thinking, you know what? We got crypto here. We're holding the coins in our wallets. We send it to an exchange to exchange it. I'm not being charged a monthly fee. I'm not being charged a daily fee. I'm not being charged any fee other than a transaction fee when I finally send my coins and stuff. The centralized world is geared to rob us blind. That's pretty much how it comes down to, I guess. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest because that happened the other day. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid. But yeah. I still have my FLUX staked haven't sold it yet. So be careful with FLUX. It's over. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm up in the air on that whole situation. I don't want to talk too much about that. I feel a lot of people are pumping the crap out of it, but the price just doesn't seem to match the amount people are talking. Now, the tech and what they're doing is very good. Don't get me wrong. You know, it does have the potential to do something, but it just hasn't yet. But again, it's a very young coin, so we'll see what happens there. You sold it all a while ago. I'm still waiting. So as you guys know, last week I had that stuff in the node. Last week when it pumped, I sold it. I'm still waiting to get back in. There was a nice dip there. It wasn't the number I was looking for, so I'm still holding out, and then FLUX went up some more. So I would have gained a decent, probably about extra 20% coins with playing those two out. But I still feel it's going to go down to my type of levels here over the next little bit. So I'm waiting. It's a patience game. If you force your trades, you're probably going to end up losing. So I'm still waiting it out, but I feel it's still going to drop to where I think it's going to be, which is under $1 Canadian for a little while. And then, you know, we get back in, get more coins, and then ride it out from there. I do play larger-ish fees, but my money manager, Wells Fargo, has done really well. Oh, that's good. But see, yeah, it's the fees. It's all the fees. My indicator says March will have huge, so I need to sell it before the dump so I can swing trade it. Oh, what do you mean by March? March is going to be a big drop, or is March going to, or is your signals telling you March is going to be a nice explosion? So we're going to have like a drop sometime this month to get in for March? Like, what are you trying to say there? Okay, what do we got here? Literally predicted pump 7 days before the pump. Love it. Yeah, awesome. You love your custom made indicator. That's right. You are working on all that stuff. So that's sweet. It's the Chinese balloon. Have you guys seen that Twitter post that's going around about saying how the US shot it down or something? It looks totally fake to me, you know, like, so someone looking through the comments on that, some people were saying, you know, it looks like where is it? It's supposed to be in Montana. It's the middle of winter. There's no snow on the side of anyone's house. No snow on the roof. Everything looks like it's like spring or fall or something around. So, and it's a, you know, it's a winter area, kind of like Canada. So right there, that's kind of like a red flag. It looks like a big contrail going down and nothing like a ball. Someone says there was an explosion, and it's funny because when you look at it and you turn your volume up, the explosion happens right when the flash happens, but it's really looks like the camera is just adjusting for the light. You know, when you move your cell phone, it gets bright for a second and down. Plus, because they're so far away, there's going to be a delay in sound coming into when you actually hear it. So having that flash happen right when an explosion happens, it looks like a 100% fabricated video. And then I went in and Googled it, and there's nothing. You know, there's one thing that popped up said Biden might try to do it once it hits over the Atlantic, but there's nothing saying that anything happens. So 100% I feel nothing really happened with that balloon. They're letting it go. And then all the other things are saying why they're not doing it and why they're just waiting out and watching it, yada, yada. So yeah, I don't think anything really happened. But again, who knows? We have to wait for an official source to actually come out. And how official are those official sources when they do? So we'll see what happens. It was over in Missouri yesterday. Do the jet stream. The storm chaser red timer is tracking it. See, yeah, it's a fake thing. So if you're judging it by that, and there's a few actually mining channels out there that were saying, "Oh my gosh, they got it" and stuff like that. It looks way fabricated. Do you know something about Chia Net? First, there was no pool, only solo. After 2 hours, everyone went POS, and now getting a single coin over proof of work. What? Chia Net. Do you know something about Chia Net? First, there was no pool, only solo. Yeah. Then after 2 hours, everyone went POS, and difficulty exploded. Now getting a single coin over proof of work is nuts. What do you mean? Since the pools? Like, what do you mean went POS? You can stake your Chia? I don't know. I don't know much about it. I do know that there is going to be a new plot compression thing coming out where you actually use GPUs, depending on how many terabytes and stuff you actually have, petabytes and so on, that will determine how many GPUs and how big of a GPU you actually need to keep the compression down, which means you're adding even more power consumption to Chia, which the whole reason why it's kind of profitable is because it doesn't use any power. So as soon as you fire a GPU in the mix, it's not profitable anymore unless it doesn't use any power. I don't know, but I'm just saying, I don't know what they're doing. Seems very weird, but again, it's really sporadic on the details on that. You're in Missouri and it was there yesterday. Okay, yeah, awesome. I just saw it on the news the other day. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Roswell 2023. Yeah, that's hilarious. It flew over my area yesterday evening. Okay, day trade is crap, not for long-term hodlers like me. Yeah, I'm a long-term. Like, I don't look at the day trading thing. I like I said, I'm trying it sometimes. If I see a huge spike, like something goes massive run, you know, most likely you're going to expect a pullback after that. So, you know, it's probably a good idea to attempt to do a trade. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just looking to see what does massive pumps, and maybe I can, you know, double up or 20% up or something. But other than that, it's long term. I'm just going to utilize the cycles. We pretty much know 2025 will be the all-time high. Most likely 2026 will be the drop again. Anywhere from now to 2025 is most likely you're going to go up. So that's how I look at it. Long term, use the whole 4-year thing in your place, and then maybe you see the odd super spike, which you know is going to dip. Use that to your advantage as well. So that's kind of how I look at it. I'm not a day trader or nothing. CKB follows BTC NFA. Yeah, I've noticed the whole trend with CKB kind of doing that. Actually, where is let's go here. Let's look at CKB price. Have a look at CKB. We're gonna bring that up. Let's look at actually we can kind of bring them both at the same time here. Why isn't this working? That one, something. What is going on? Whoa, why is my screen so big? This is just a gong show stream. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so let's just look at what's going on here. Now let's kind of duplicate this. And we'll have a peek at Bitcoin. There we go. All right, what do we got? Okay, so they look a little different right now. A little different right now. So what do we got here? Bam. So nervous is kind of down a bit. This was a spike. Are we in the same time frame? No, 1 day. Let's go 7 days. 7 days. All right. So now we go. Here's nervous. We've seen a spike around here. Oh yeah. So there we go. So yeah, spike around here, both the exact same time. So here we so what about way back here? What do we got? Yeah, back here. So yeah, they do look pretty close. And that's the one thing why lately I'm bullish on this, because it does seem to follow Bitcoin fairly close in terms of pumps and when it starts to drop. So the charts look pretty close. So yeah, I agree with the CKB following Bitcoin thing for sure. Obviously the whole market follows Bitcoin, but depending on the coins, some are actually delayed. Some don't see their spikes till maybe a day or two later. Some actually see it a day or two early. It's really interesting how it works out. But CKB on that matter, you know, it seems to follow it pretty close. K7 must be going online. Network hash rate. Oh, is it? Speaking of the K7, I believe T Swift they're supposed to have theirs delivered on Monday, and they actually got a notification today that it's going to be delivered today. So they are showing up early. I know a lot of comments with the KA3s in the past. People are saying, oh, it's just a fake miner. They're not really coming out. They're just saying that they're trying to scam and rip people off. That's not the case. They're actually shipping. And I have seen multiple people show me their tracking and saying, yep, they're on the way. They landed. Here's the delivery date. There's a lots in the States now that still have to be delivered. And then I did a quick short there yesterday where it showed a big stack. Some guy ordered like 7. You imagine being the guy that ordered 7 KA3s? That's insane. So they are kind of going online, which is funny. I looked last night though, and we're actually down in hash rate, network hash rate across Cadena a little bit yesterday by like 1 petahash. So what are we looking at right now? We're down 2 petahash now, like 1.8. That's crazy. It was 218, and in that short, I believe, because that'll be a nice thing here, is that 218 petahash. We're down to 216, and K7s were delivered yesterday. So interesting there. Let's take a look at CKB, because yes, those are going to be coming online. We're probably going to notice the CKBs a little bit more because the hash rate across the network is lower, but we don't know. 86. I don't remember what the hash rate on CKB was. Anybody remember what it was yesterday? I'm gonna have to look back at that video. Actually, where's my Google Sheet? Google Sheet when I did that one. Let's just have a peek here. ASICs, CKB. Where did I do all this? CKB, where are you? Nervous Eagle Song. Is that right here? What do we have? Network hash rate 75. So 75. Where are we at right now? Oh, so it is up. We were at 75, so we are up like 11 petahash since I dropped that video. Pretty sure that's right. Let me just see here. Let's copy this into my hash rate calculator. Stop. Oh, it's way up here. Hold on. Too much stuff going on here. Hash power calculator. I believe this would be in terahash. So yeah, 75 petahash. 75 petahash when I did that video, and right now we are looking at 86. So we are up 11 petahash now in the past couple days on Nervous CKB. So the hash rate is definitely starting to climb across the Nervous network, courtesy of those K7s. So we'll just have to wait. Remember, these are very early numbers. So how I gather it is BITMAIN's only shipping based on orders that were directly through them. Third-party vendors and sellers so far, they haven't got theirs shipped out yet. Some may have done it, but I know a lot of them they haven't. So we're just getting the stuff that from the people that pre-ordered from BITMAIN currently. So we still have a whole slew of a couple more shipments. Remember, the KA3 has been on pre-sale for like 3-4 months now. The K7's had a few sales. But it's going to be interesting to see how these hash rates pick up over the course of the next. I believe the end of the month we'll get a decent number here, but probably in the next 2 months we're going to see some increases. 100%. Is there another source than mining pool stats or Bitcoin forum for getting infos about new coins early? The new coin section is all but not new at mining pool stats. We'll get to that in a minute, but Kazumix, thank you very much for the 20 euros tip. To all in chat, do not believe people, crypto influencers on YouTube like BitBoy and Crypto Zombie or other. But best investing is yourself, and invest on whatever you like, and happy to had till the bull run. Use spot, no leverage. So yeah, use spot, no leverage. I never leverage trade. I don't even know how that works. So I do hear a lot. You can lose money very fast using leverage trading. So I don't know. But yeah, just exactly what they said there. Do your own research. Pick the project that speaks to you closely for your long-term holdings. Don't just jump out there like Kazumix said there. Like, because these people are saying this is going to be the next best thing. It doesn't mean it is. They might believe it is, but do you believe it is? Invest and put your coins into what you believe. Like myself personally, I got a lot of my stuff into Raptorium because I believe in Raptorium. I'm not saying you have to or anything. I'm just saying that's what I am doing. So I also obviously believe in Bitcoin. Those are my 2 main type of holdings that I try to hold. Actually, I'm also a firm believer of ETC. So that's 3. So, but anyway, you know where I'm at. You've been following challenge. You know which coins I kind of talk about, which I believe in, so on. But yeah, I do believe ETC. I'm an RTM believer, as you guys all know, and it's in BTC because BTC is obviously the safe bet to go with. But yeah, always just do your own. Yeah, the stream is lagging, guys. I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on for real. I'm trying to see if I have anything. Maybe something's downloading somewhere or upstairs. I apologize. I don't know what's going on the stream. It's been a mess since I started it for some reason. Okay, anyway, Danielle Carr, back to your question here. Is there another source? So to actually research the coin, or do you mean just to find the coin? So obviously research the coin would be just Googling, going through websites, white papers, Discords, and so on. But to find the coin, it takes quite a bit of work. Now, one method that you could really do, what do we got here? Dan Ruggs Horse Coin. Thank you very much for the 5 US. Much appreciated, 100%. Celebrate the first super chat from Dan Ruggs. Hey, that was your first super chat. How do we celebrate it? It says celebrate. Click. I need to click a button, or what do I do? No. All right. So I can't do anything, but we're going to celebrate it. Thank you very much, Dan Ruggs Horse Coin. That's your first super chat. Much appreciated for the channel support. Because as we know, things are pretty down right now. So we're trying to do everything we can at this point. Anyway, back to what I was trying to say here. So to actually find the coins. So I did make that video on how to stay profitable with it. I showed you how to make my spreadsheet. I showed you how to look for coins with mining pool stats and stuff. But another way you can do is, like, I know our plant lists a lot of coins. So you could, let's just try it. Let's just take a peek at this for a second, actually. Giving away all my secrets. I'm just kidding. I'm here to help, guys. That's what we're here for. So where is my mining pool stats so I can find it? What the? Oh, yeah, right here. So let's find a coin. So let's go Bitorium. Like, where's a coin that's on our plant right now? Nexa. Nexa's a big one for our plant, I guess. Let's go to Nexa here, our plant. So we're going into our plant here, and you know, they list a lot of coins fairly early. So one thing you can actually do is you just come into their main pool here, engage, dashboard. No, I don't want that. Yeah, here's a dashboard. And now here you can come in here. Am I on full screen? There we go. So let's just take a look at, you can look at total blocks or block heights or anything. So let's just try total blocks. So here's total blocks. And this one only has 21. But the block height's higher. New blocks. It's not working. Total blocks. Effort, workers. I guess we can just go by block height. So look for something that's maybe starting at 1. So you can look at the block height, see what the youngest coins are at. This is actually how I found, can't remember what coin I found. I found some coin this way. It was only at like 20 blocks on the network. And I was like, okay, yeah, awesome. That's a new coin. What is it? So then I go in the Discord and I found out a whole bunch of other people were already mining it. I'm like, well, thanks for telling me, guys. Jeez. But yeah, so this is one way you can do it. Go to a pool that usually lists things fairly early. Our plant is one of those pools. Somehow they get in on everything, but look for a block height that maybe just started. You know, under 100 blocks have been found across the chain so far. So that's a way to look at a new coin that probably isn't even listed on what to mine or anything yet at that point. So that's one way to do it, obviously. And then we got the what to mine to use, and then we got, or not what to mine, we got mining pool stats and your other tools and Google and multiple Discords, see what people are talking about. Best pool for Yada. That's a tough question. I don't even know. I honestly, let's find out. What do they got here yeah, pools. Can't talk. Stream is lagging. What a day. What a day. I should just restream again tonight or something. I don't know. Network hash rate says 0. All right. So 3.17. We got Crimson. Yadacoin.io is their official pool, but they're all kind of having issues right now. Maybe the best thing would be to probably run your own node. Now, some of you guys have been asking me just to run a Rabid pool here. I've been thinking about it, but I still don't know. It's hard to say. If the sustainability and everything is there, then maybe, but like, it's going to have to be able to at least get enough miners and the price and stuff to be able to cover its hosting fees. And that's the biggest thing I'm worried about. Like, I have no issues if we had enough miners on it to cover the hosting fees. I totally do it, but I just don't know if we'd be able to, even with every miner on the network currently. I don't even know if we'd be able to cover it with the current price. Plus, there's no exchange to sell it right now. I really hope Trade Ogre or something gets involved here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Mining of the North, my friend. Thanks for subscribing. What do we got? Good morning, crypto. Hey, yeah, Mining in the North. What's going on? Welcome. Read my man. I just water cooled another rig CPU. So make the pool. You're water cooling your CPU rigs? Why would you do such a thing? And maybe you live in the desert. I don't know. Water cooling is not needed, especially for CPU mining, unless you're overclocking the crap out of your CPU. But I still recommend air over water for mining. Why? Because, well, if you're resetting your rig once a week, maybe once every couple of days, it'll be okay. But you got to think about it. Depending on your ambient temps and everything, water is not meant to maintain consistent cooling. What water does is it cools fast because water displays heat faster than the way the air coolers does. It moves that heat away very, very fast throughout the water cooler rods and so on. So it does that, but it's made more for gaming because when you get those voltage spikes, the spikes go up, it gets hot, and then it comes back down and kind of cools down when you're playing games and so on, or rendering or whatever, stuff like that. So that's where water cooling is better. Plus, you're not running your PC 24/7, you shut up. With air, it caters to all the environments and all the atmospheres. Now, a water cooler, as you're running it over time, 7 days, 30 days, 200 days, 2 years, the water eventually within your rad will start heating up in the ambient temp. So you start off with maybe 40, it's cooling very good. That water temp, as it keeps going through it, think of it as a hot tub circulating through the heater. That's how it heats up to turn into the hot tub. It keeps circulating through the heater. The CPU in this case is that heater. It'll continue circulating that water temp up and up. Yes, you have your fans to help keep it cool, but eventually through mining for constant, the water temp may get to a point where it will no longer cool your CPU to sustainable temperatures and you'll overheat. But that's a long-term scenario. So obviously you probably do a reset here and there and so on, and it'll give time for the water value to drop back down. But I just want to point that out because some people feel, oh, you got to AIO your CPU, especially for mining, because it's on all the time or it's a better cooler. But you don't really understand, how the AIO really works. And you got that CPU there that's a constant heater for your water. Do I mine Monero? Yes, I do sometimes, actually, especially if network difficulty gets very high on a bunch of the coins. I do have an XMR node set up on my little box, and I got my ledger hooked up to that. And every once in a while, I do just point my rigs towards Monero and my node, and I try solo mining. No block on my node yet, so I don't even know if my node is configured. I really want to hit a block so I know my node is actually working in the first place, but we'll see what happens. Or you add more liquid, a bigger rad. Yeah, you could definitely do that. You could throw in a car engine and a car rad and stuff and stick it outside in the wintertime. That definitely works. That don't have to worry about that, but that's just more expenses as well. Whoa, what do we got here? Cyber Moss, thank you very much for the 50 US donation. That's awesome. You didn't have to do that. That's insane. That's that gave me a big smile on my face. Thank you very much. And that little rocket guy, that's cool. That's a Rabid symbol. Too bad we didn't have a Rabid rocket like that. Just that'd be sweet. All right, thank you very much, though, Crypto Moss, 100%. Rabid, do you think it is worth buying a 5950X now to mine Monero low? The hash rate has not dropped. So if you're thinking because the hash rate might drop off, we're in a bear market, so you get more Monero. That's not really the case. XMR hash rate seems to be pretty consistent right now. Let's have a look at it, actually. Let's take a quick peek here at XMR. We got Monero right here. So network hash rate, 2.5 gigahash. Yeah, it's been at 2.5 for, well, ever. Look at this line. It's like straight. I don't know what's going on with the spike up here, though. But it's been at probably for 2 years or more. It's been around. That's interesting, though. It's been around this level for a long time, but it hasn't really gone up and it hasn't really gone down. It's almost like it's at the equilibrium where it's going to hang out forever or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens there, but it's interesting. Now, based on that, though, again, as mentioned earlier, invest in coins that you feel. Now, think about this. So even in regards to CPU mining in general, Monero and Dero, privacy-based coins. With everything that's going on, we got Facebook out there. You got that whole TikTok thing with China going on out there. We got all this stuff going on, and people's data sells like crazy. That's like a big moneymaker out there between Facebook, Amazon, everybody selling to ad companies and so on. So people are probably slowly going to start moving into more privacy. We see updates for all our phones and stuff. Oh, better privacy, better privacy. It's still not privacy though. They say it's better. It probably doesn't do anything, but you know, I think there's going to be a more move into the privacy aspect. And we got the kings right there, XMR as well as Duro. We could see some huge price gains across that as more people may move into the privacy sector of things. And if they do, who's going to benefit from that as well? CPUs, both of them. The largest privacy coins and everything within crypto are mined with CPUs. So that's pretty sweet to think about as well. So I really feel privacy is probably going to start gaining a little more traction again as we move forward here. And CPUs will gain more traction because of it as well. But that's just me, you know, just it's a guessing thing. I have no idea for sure, but I'm hoping. Back to the 5950X thing, you know, it all depends. Your local market, how much are they? Sometimes you can find a 3000 series cheaper, a 3950X. Sometimes you can find the 5950X cheaper. And, you know, if you live in the US, some of you guys are finding the 7950X very cheap for, and us in Canada, we just get ripped off. So, you know, if you can find it for a decent price, then yeah, I'd say go for it. 5950X it's an amazing CPU for mining. Same with the 3950X. It's still a great CPU. AM4 platform. The motherboards are pretty cheap now. You can find them on really good sales on Amazon warehouse deals and so on. So yeah, give it a shot. If you can find it at a decent price point, go for it. Hey Rabid, if someone wants to mine for the first time and want to have a complete 12 GPU and CPU, what would you recommend? Personally, I don't mix my CPU rigs with my GPU rigs. One, I want my full CPU to hash at full power. You start adding in an X amount of GPUs, you might have to start limiting threads. On top of that, I run everything within Hive OS as well. Once you add even one GPU to any rig, that will now act as a GPU mineable rig, which means it's going to charge you $3 per month. A CPU rig is 30 cents a month. That's 1 cent per day. You can afford 1 cent a day running that. So that's what I do. I have mine split up. So my CPU rigs within Hive OS are 30 cents each per month, where a GPU rig is being charged for $3. So that's another reason why I keep them separated as well. Hit YouTube keeps buffering and stream is behind watching from EU. Hit the refresh buttons, the pirate, see if it helps. Again, I don't know what's going on. Are you guys all experiencing issues right now, or is it just a few of you? I don't really know. I do notice that the spinning thing is popping up for me every once in a while as well. What do we got here? Welcome, Shay. So back to what we're going to keep on track for. What was it? What all I got here? So we kind of went through the hack already. BITMAIN. Let's talk a little bit about BITMAIN. I need a drink. So, as we know, they released a new Ethereum Classic miner. Now, I've been saying for a little while, BITMAIN is due for another one pretty soon. As we know, the X16 and stuff is coming out. Now, this thing it's not the most efficient miner out there, but what you get for the price of this thing is absolutely astronomical. This thing is cheap compared to what you get. Now, the efficiency in this case won't really matter. It's pretty close to the other ones. It's just not the best in terms of efficiency, especially versus the X12. But you're getting 3.6 gigahash here, almost 3.7. You know, you might be able to spit out 3.7 gigahash here for 2200 watts. It's only $1,300. If this thing came out when Ethereum was around, man, that thing would be like what? I don't even know. This probably would have been like $50,000 or more. I don't even know. It's crazy though. But yeah, so this thing is an absolute beast. Now, as we know, it's sold out very fast. I don't know, what is it? 4 seconds, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't know. So there's a lot of things going on in the background. We also have to kind of keep in the back of our mind. How many units did they actually have to sell? They just gave away 100 units or something to the ETC DAO there. If you guys missed out on Twitter, they're working with ETC and they donated 100 of these miners to them for their case there. And, you know, we got mining farms and stuff in the background that probably got a little bit of access in here as well. So then whatever was kind of left over, they probably threw on for like a public shipping thing. So that's when all of a sudden, bam, you're sold out super fast. Now, one guy in Discord actually got one of these in it. We're all talking about how, oh, they probably only had one to sell and so on. We're joking around and so on. But the guy's like, what do you guys talk about? I just got one. And everyone's like, what? How? you did? And he's like, he showed his order and stuff through a screenshot. He's like, yeah, he got one. Okay, so you got the one miner that they were trying to sell. But yeah, some people got some didn't. We don't know how many they actually sold. And it's a big move to ETC. I find it interesting. They're still trying to sell miners for here. Like I said, I feel ETC could see, it could see $300 to $400 in the next bull run. We don't know for sure. That's highly speculation. But out of all the coins, even before Ethereum merged, I was kind of pointing out how ETC is pretty much the next best case for miners to gain profitability back, because it needs the least amount of price gains to cater to those miners. But again, we're seeing a big influx of ASIC miners obviously being made for Ethereum Classic and so on. So that's going to offset the amount of GPUs, because the difficulty is going to go up depending on what the price actually goes up to. But this is a beast. This is a pretty sweet miner. Now, the other thing on this, have you guys looked at the specifications? This thing is huge, absolutely huge. So I need another miner I can compare this to though first. So let's just look at, let's look at the S19. Open a new tab. S19, let's look at the specifications. Come back to here, specifications. So look at the miner size. So we got 700, 722 by 322. And then look at this thing right here, 577. So it's like 200 millimeters longer. And if you look at the picture of these two, this thing is a beast. They're showing you the wrong end, but the part that sticks out a big way. So depending on your rack, I don't know how many people actually looked at the dimensions before they tried ordering it, but this thing is big. It is a big miner compared to a lot of the other miners that they previously released. So it's pretty crazy. It also sounds like this will mine ETH coins, so that's a good thing as well. And I believe it has the ability to dual mine ZIL. So that's good as well. Some people are concerned with, especially with the DAG size. So let's actually have a look at, I guess, FW. FW, I don't know what's going on. Has anybody heard news on FW? I have heard people saying, hey, did you hear about the FW news? It's making profitability again, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, what news? And no one told me what the news was. So I don't know if FW announced anything or what, but people are talking about FW. But let's take a look at FW DAG size. And this is one issue here. So that only has a 7 gigabyte DAG size. If we come in to check out FW itself here, let's go back into this one. Need FW, 7 gigabytes. So 7 gigabytes is only till 2026. That's not very long. You'd think we'd have at least an 8 to 10 gigabyte miner, especially one coming out today, courtesy of BITMAIN, but we don't. But the big thing here is a lot of you guys are unaware, but FW is actually supposed to be dropping their DAG size to below the 4 gigabyte mark. Yes, so I really hope they do it soon. What that means is our Jazz miners will obviously be able to fire back onto that. I don't know how low they're going to go. They don't know yet. That might also open up the opportunity. So after ETC DAG drops or goes above that 3.6, 3.8, and then, the mini Ipollos, which are only like $170 right now, if they fall off, maybe they can move to this. But those things still need an updated firmware to be able to even move to Ethash, because they're still not supported. So who knows? Will this all happen? I don't know. But they are supposed to be dropping their DAG file size down to below 4 gigabytes sometime soon. I did message them on Twitter. I have a screenshot of that message inside of my Discord where they did say yes, and they still have no date planned for when they're actually going to do it. And it's actually on their website. So actually, let's just look at the FW website and see where that is. FW, come into here. We got to find their FAQ somewhere. About us, get started. Yeah, I guess we'll go to get started. FAQ, read me first. Scrolling down. Mainnet ecosystem mining. So right here. The core plans to support 4 gigabyte size DAG size later. So that's what they said right at the fork. And then, like I said, end of December there, I did message them on Twitter and they did confirm it. They are still going to do that, but they just don't have a date on it. So the DAG size on FW will be dropping below 4 gigabytes to allow an extension with all these miners on there. FW makes more mining profit than ETC. So yeah, there you go. It's making more right now for all the miners. That's actually Let's try what to mine right now, actually, and have a look here. So let's just say, oh, what am I at? Where is like my SE? Use the SE for example. V-mini SE. So 423 for 238. So 423, 238. 423, 238. And we'll do it for both. 423, 238. 11-cent power. Current profit, current values, calculations. What is it telling us? Ether gem, ethos, expansion, FW. FW is right here. So 79 cents a day. That's after power. Not too bad. ETC is down to 66. Callisto is at 73. Cubic. I never did try it yet. I do not think you can mine this on the ASICs. They did swap to Ubic hash. It's not ETH hash anymore. They changed something. But again, I don't know. I never tried it. But even on, if you look on ASIC miner value and all the websites, they still have this coin listed as a mineable coin for them. Ether gem. This one's up here quite a bit too. I don't know much about this coin at all, but it looks fairly profitable. And then we got Ethos, Expanse, and here's that W79. So yeah. Here's the profitability. There are a few coins above ETC. But again, myself, I really feel ETC is probably, it's going to see some nice gains. That doesn't mean these are going to see, aren't going to see nice gains. They might very well. Just myself, I believe ETC is going to do something, and we'll just have to wait and see. So that's why I'm currently remaining on that. FW makes more. Okay, FW will not be dropping DAG size. Talk to the developer. It won't happen unless they pump wildly. Really, Ultra Carbon? When was that? They just told me last month that they were going to, and now they're not. I gotta talk to them again and see what happens. I get this shipped to my door for $18.60. What are we talking about? PT Miners had them on sale yesterday. How's that B-Link holding up? And have you tried their AMD Ryzen? The B-Link, I got the U59 Intel version. It's doing great. I asked them for the Ryzen, and they sent me this one, and they said if I still didn't do a video on it, I wanted to test mining performance of this B-Link, and I told them Intel sucks. I want the Ryzen to test the mining performance. They said, well, if this one does okay, then we'll send you out the Ryzen version as well. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But I still never made the video on this one yet. So I do want to test the mining performance of this Intel B-Link and see how it does. Don't think it's going to do very well, but as a node box, that's pretty much what this thing is awesome for. Node boxes, things are wicked. Like I got 3 different nodes in it right now. What is it? I got Yatacoin node. I don't have Yatacoin in there. I want to put Yatacoin in it as well, but I got a Dero node in there. I got the XMR node in there, and I think the third one would have been Yatacoin when I set that up. And when I set that up, I'll probably record that one, because a lot of you guys are wondering, how do you set up a Yatacoin node so you can mine solo for yourself? So I'll probably do a video on that when I do that. So it'll be an interesting thing. But yeah, it's a great little box for running your little nodes. Shipping, B-Link, do that. What are we talking about? 1860. I get shipping. Thomas Collins, what miner are we referring to? BT miners. I do have links to BT miners and probably every other legit miner that I could find down in the description if you're looking for it. Any type of miners. What we got? Spoke with K. I lost in Bitron 0.0033 USDT. Yada is locked on. Yada's locked. Now, one thing I did notice is Bitron increased the minimum withdrawals for a lot of coins. Yada coin, for example, when all this was going down and I wanted to do a test transaction to see if I could sell the coin for the price that was being listed for, I sent 10 Yada coin, and then I sent 1 Yada coin, and they weren't showing up. I'm like, what's going on? The chain's down. Maybe I thought my node was on a split chain, and then everything was going down. Bitron was having all their issues. This is all happening at the same time. I guess Bitron was getting hacked. And then finally, after everything settled down, my Yada coin was there. I actually just found it 2 days ago or something. 3 days ago, my Yada coin was there. I'm like, okay, so they actually made it. Then I went to pull it out, and I was like, what is this? Because it used to be a withdrawal fee of like 0.001 Yada coin, which is like half a quarter of a cent, even 0.0002 cents or something. I don't even know. But now it's like 40 Yada coin to withdraw. I don't have enough to withdraw those 11 coins now. So I either have to send more to Bitron to withdraw it all, or I just leave it there and say, whatever, I don't care. but I should probably send some coins. Then I got to do another test. You know, I'll send one coin again to see if it even gets there because I don't know what's going on. Maybe they halted all deposits. So I don't know. It's just a huge mess going on with XBitTron right now. And I feel they're probably not going to recover from this. I hope I'm wrong, but Trade Ogre, you need to take over, list the Yada coin, list these other coins that were on XBitTron, and XBitTron, cut your losses and get out of here. Just say, I don't know, but I think they're done. Rabid, huge fan. I know it's off topic, but does the amplifier help for helium miners? I don't mean to get you off Ethash. Hey, no problem. Questions are questions. Ask away. That's what I'm here. I'm here to help. Now, our Q&A isn't usually till tomorrow, but hey, we'll do a Q&A anytime I'm live. I'm okay with it. So what do you mean by amplifier? Do you mean the antenna? Yes. And it's also location based. So when looking at helium antennas, there's a few things you got to understand. You got multiple dBIs. You got your 0.3s, or maybe it's 3, 5, 8, and 11, and so on. And the lower the number of the dBi, the less area, how far it transfers, and think of it more of a bubble around you. Now, as say your 3s is probably good for, like, say you're in the middle of an apartment building, you have a big bubble around a block radius, couple block radius, a big circle, all that. You go to your 5. You know, it's a skinnier bubble, but it shoots more horizontal wide. Your 8 dBi, you know, you're not really in a bubble. You're more pointing in a straight line, depending if it's directional or omnidirectional. Omni would be all directions, and directional is only pointing one direction, depending where you aim it. And then you got like your 11s, which is like a needle that shoots super far, right? That's what I got. I got actually an 11 dBi antenna here because I am a lone wolf, middle of nowhere. And then I got another helium miner about 3 blocks away, sitting in a different location, and they're just kind of talking to each other. So I'm an lone wolf proof of space miner myself. And there's a lot of, I was watching Red Panda stream earlier, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were there. Maybe it's still on, I don't know. And I saw a lot of people saying how helium was a scam, and that I really feel that's untrue. Now, there's a lot of disbelief in helium, and I feel that comes from disgruntled miners. Think about it. When helium first came out and a few larger people got their miners, it was making a lot of money per day. People were making $5,000, $2,000, $1,000, and so on. And then all these miners started shipping, and people don't realize, you know, obviously, just like with hash rate, difficulty goes up, up, and away. Now they have the whole spoofing and all this stuff going on. But regardless, end of the day, for me, this is the way I look at helium. I'm not really there for the profits at this point. I feel helium is a good project, and it's a work in progress. If they can do what it's set out to do, and if we can eventually get to the point where a helium miner can act as a data point for like internet and stuff, or even cellular data and cellular service over using a telecom company, I am 100% for the tech. Totally. I don't care if I'm breaking even losing, you know, 6 watts a day in power. That's not gonna, you're not gonna notice that, but it is actually currently a little bit profitable, even for a lone wolf for me. But I don't care about the profitability in it. I'm looking at the tech. This is probably the only thing I'm looking at tech for in a coin. Usually all I care about is the profitability of a coin and a network and what to mine it. I don't care about supporting the network. I'm looking, where am I going to make the most with my rigs? That's what I do when I'm mining. When it comes to helium, it's weird because I'm looking at it differently than everything else. This is tech I want. One key reason is here in Canada, we get ripped off on everything. Our communications, our cell phone bills are some of the highest overpaid bills in the world for the least amount of service. We got like 2 gigabyte data plans, and it's like $140 a month, and there's nothing lower, and like it's retarded. So I am 100% anything that has the chance to overthrow these companies long term and move it more towards us. So that's why I am for that. And if they're going to have, obviously they're new, they're doing something, they're not just going to find this overnight or in 2 years. It's going to take quite a bit of time, and I hope eventually they get to that point. So that's my take on helium. Anyone else you ask, say, oh, it's a scam, it's garbage, I'm ripping them apart. They're just there for the profits, and that's not what helium's about. I'm looking at it at a totally different scenario. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. So I believe in it as you know, as a believer of tech in this case. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's why I built Flux infrastructure video. That is nuts. UK can get like 10 gigabyte data. Yeah, I know. It's retarded. Like 2 gigabyte data, we spend like $140. It's not even that. Like think about like everything here. Now, I don't know if it's just telecommunication. It's also because we're pretty centralized. We only have a couple providers, and then we have sub companies which are owned by those big companies. So really, you're not really having other companies. And now they have this other thing going on between, what is it? Rogers wants to buy out Shaw, which is pretty much the two big competitors in internet. So if Rogers buys them out, then we really only got like two entities. So like, it's a whole centralization thing. The centralized world is built to rip us all off, is how it's going. And that's why we need blockchain, and we need all these things, and we need the people, and all of us got to kind of, fight back, I guess. If we had a Skype or mobile that uses crypto, hey, Alvada's Jokabis. That's funny you kind of bring that up, social media or something. So if you're unfamiliar, like I don't know the whole end game of Yatacoin either, but that is also Yatacoin's, one of their main things is running like messengers and blockchain social media type of stuff. So keep that in the back of your mind when thinking about things. Some of these things are trying to do that. Again, I don't know how far advanced or anything they're doing. Right now, they're working on their geolocation locking, which is, instead of having a 2-factor, something like that, you're unlocking your stuff based on a specific pin geolocation anywhere in the world that you can set it to. So that's kind of interesting too, as like a security feature for platforms. What is the new game where you can earn crypto? There's a new one? I don't know. There's a new one that you can actually earn? I have no idea. Binance for real? I don't know who. Well, like, what do you earn through it? Like, what blockchain is it all on? BTC simulation game. What? Crypto Zoo 2. No, I have no idea. Like, if someone knows, DM me or something. I'll check it out. I got a gaming channel. We'll mix the crypto gaming together. That'll be a lot of fun. Wait, tell me, look it up. Yeah, wait. Tell me, look. Okay, crypto game. I have no idea. That's a good call. Let's see. New crypto. Yeah, but you can't go into Google. This is so loaded with probably scam things. Top blockchain games. 12 best blockchain games to invest. New blockchain games. 18 top NFT games. I don't know. Coin Hunt World. Does that sound familiar? Hero Blaze, 3 Kingdoms. BITMAIN, is this what you're talking about? BITMAIN? That looks like something you were just trying to spell there. BITMAIN. BITMAIN.io. If I click this, am I going to get hacked? Bin token. Cannot load marketplace price. Oh, it's a rug pull. I'm just kidding. Binance. What? Binance game? It's not BITMAIN? Mobile game? Oh, was a game on Binance. Okay, let's see. Binance game. Games Binance. Axie Affinity, the sandbox. 700 Binance token pop game. Play and win up to $1,000. August 11th. How do you play the game Binance? Log into your Binance app. Make sure you are on the pro mode. Drag down on the home page to access marketplace and land on the token pop game. Is that what it is? A token pop game from Binance? Is that what you're referring to? Token pop game. What? I never heard of this. Token pop. Play to earn rewards. Announcement. What was the date on this? August 11th. Log into your Binance app. Okay. I don't have the Binance app. I don't really use Binance, but maybe we got to play some games on it. So is that the one that must be the one you're referring to. I have no idea. I've never heard of that. Keep away. Promise of nothing. Yeah, there you go. Keep away. He means ERFC token. Binance NFT event. All right, I'm going to click that link. I just clicked your link. Never click on links, guys. And I just did it. Oh, now it's, what did you send me to? Accept terms. Oh, man, I got to cancel. Oh, it kicked me out. See, they force you into accepting terms. Sin City limited edition blueprints. Is this the one you're referring to? It's what? Sin City. What is all this? Buy. Limited. Oh, yeah, of course. Buy limited edition blueprints. First ever Mafia metaverse. The Mafia is simply nothing without its members, and for that reason, we're introduced to revolutionary Mafia. It's a DAO mad system. Players can grind in daily events, PvE, PvP, syndicate events, and cross-chain Mafia wars. Join a syndicate and run a business, taxing your underlings and paying tribute to your bosses. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Do you guys want to start the Rabid Mafia? What mafia are you in? Rabid. We're the Rabid Mafia. Accept transfer all your crypto. Yeah, they probably want all your coins. Minimum of 2 BTC to start. The Rabid Mafia. Recruit your crew. Action adventure RPG. You know what? Oh man. Look at this. Light up your enemies. Build a global empire. That's crazy. You know what? I'll look into this after. I'm gonna add that to my bookmarks. Okay, I bookmarked that. I don't believe that. Why'd you point me to that? I know we're gonna lose all our money, so I don't even want to touch it. But at the same time, I want to start Rabid's Mafia. Rabid INU Mafia. Rabid Mafia. Hey, remember you guys heard it here first before anyone else tries to do it. You're already all parts of the Rabid Mafia. So I'll announce when the recruitment starts. We're going to do some Rabid Mafia and Binance. Oh my gosh. Why'd you send me that link? Now I'm going to have to try it just to see. Good thing I got a gaming channel, right? Now we can integrate gaming with crypto. That'd be kind of cool. Blocked by muzzle. Can I be the button man? Oh, that's pretty for real though. Do you guys want to try this though? Like, I don't. Has anybody looked at it at all? Is there a requirement? Do you need like crypto to start? Can you do this without spending any crypto? Is this a possibility? Because I don't want to spend nothing on this. It's new, so no one knows. Is it out? Like, you actually play it right now? You don't know? Oh, great. All right, I'm gonna be the test subject then, guys. We're not gonna do this now, but after this live stream, maybe I'll start this today. And if you never hear back from me, I'm probably still playing. Just kidding. But yeah, crazy. Backed by muzzle. Oh yes, here it begins. Oh, what do we just get into? But yeah, for real. If it looks fun, if you guys want to try this, we'll definitely fire up the Rabid Mafia. It's good. It's gonna be the next thing. Free to begin, then cost. What? Free to begin, then cost later. But how much? How much do you know? GPURisers, you sound like you've been doing research. What's it gonna cost? How much? Why? Like, kind of just be free. I understand, like, they're gonna say, oh, if you want this, awesome suit or this wicked car or top-notch gun, give us 20 Bitcoin or something. But no, most likely if it's Binance, it's gonna be BNB. Here, buy some BNB. But I don't know. It's kind of a cool concept. I don't know. Oh man, I'm already. I didn't even try it yet, and I want to right now. All right, save it for another time. Cost later. It's a mafia. Good point. Cost later. It's a mafia thing. 80% interest up front, or over time, or something. That's a good point. Binance the mafia, running a mafia. All right. So, what else did I have in here? Hacks, BITMAIN, we went through a bit. GPUs profitable. Oh yeah, and this comes into the hash rate.no. So let's take a look at this. Do you guys use hash rate? So as we know, we use what to mine. Check it out. Yeah. Actually, let's just compare this right now. We'll do this after. Let's start with here. So here's hash rate.no. And if you're unfamiliar with this, it is the better what to mine, depending on what you're looking for. Why is this still here? Proof of memes. I know. This coin right here really kind of bugs me. Now I see, on Twitter and whoever, they're always saying, oh, the next best proof of work coin and stuff. But have you guys ever looked at proof of memes? Right inside of it, the main page pretty much says 50% of the entire supply will be airdropped to ETH2 stakers. Now, I still don't know what they mean by ETH2. That's just a term that used to be brought up. Now, I don't know if they're making like an ETH2. I have no idea. but you already have 50% of total supply that's going to people that are staking. How can you have the next best proof of work coin when half the supply is already going to stakers? That's as far as I'm going into it. So we're done talking about proof of memes. Moving on. So this is the new thing here. So we're going to go into GPUs. We click on GPUs. It'll bring up a whole whack of all these GPUs. And it'll start with just by saying, this is your highest profitable coin right now. This is your highest revenue. By highest revenue, probably, I believe it's just referring to this is how much you'll make if you have free power. And when it comes to actual profitability due to efficiencies, this is the coin to mine. So ignore the current revenue unless you have free power. So look at the 4090 on the, look at all these coins in general, Dynex across the board. Now it looks like Nexa popped up for the 3080. So that's interesting. But here's the big kicker right here, the 3060. The 3060 is a beast, outperforming the 3080 Ti's, the 3080s, the 3050 is up there, but the 3050 is even outperforming a 3080 in terms of profitability. But it all comes down to the memory within it. So let's just go into Dynex here. I adjusted all my settings here. I did test this out. Video was out this morning to figure out, you know, how accurate this website actually is. And when it came to profitability and stuff and hash rates, it was spot on. When it came to the power consumption, well, it was wrong there. I was using 83 watts at the wall. Total system was about 105 watts. My system uses 22 watts, so I was using 83 on the GPU. So I was using about twice as much power, but it was getting the revenue pretty correct here. So that's awesome. And the hash rate was correct as well. You still got to test other coins to figure it out. But this is like your top end settings for this coin right now. There are way more efficient settings, like 50% more efficient settings that you can use on this coin. But I just wanted to utilize these settings here just to kind of showcase, you know, how close it was based on where it's predicting here. Now they also have ASICs in here, which is cool. Looks like top profitable ASIC current. They don't have the new one in here. So it'll be interesting to see once they add what's it called, the new BITMAIN in here to see what it's coming in at. They got FPGAs. Look at FPGAs. Look at this beast. The C1100 Caspa, of course, Caspa is going to be overrun with FPGAs and things eventually here, but look at the profit, $1.33 on Caspa right now. That's insane. That's awesome to think about right now. That's making some money. Now these things are expensive. So what's the ROI on this? I think it's still like 800 days or something. Does it have the ROI? Profit. Where the heck? Revenue, efficiency. Should have the ROI here somewhere. Where? How come I'm missing it? Click back on here, the main page. Why am I not seeing the ROI now? Go back to GPUs. Revenue, profit. Interesting. So it's supposed to show you your, oh, it's right underneath it. I am blinder and blind. You guys are probably in chat telling me this right now. Yeah, right there. ROI, 188 days. Okay, there we go. 874 days. So it actually has your ROI based on the price that you cover this. So let's actually go back into GPUs, ASICs. Go to GPUs. Where's the 3060? I actually seen one for $200 the other day. And that's $200 Canadian. So what's 200? I'm going to look up 200 Canadian here right quick. 200 CAD to USD is $149 I seen this for. So let's see here. 149. ROI is now 447 days. That's not bad. You know, a little over a year for an ROI. That's a pretty good ROI as long as the network hash rate remains as is. Now, I don't know how Dynex has been doing. Dynex hash rate has been a steady uphill battle here. We got 7.52 mega hash on the network. So the profitability is still there. Let's actually go into my spreadsheet and we're going to adjust those parameters just to have a peek on what my spreadsheet is telling to. Now, remember, we just looked at hashrate.no and it is still saying the profitability is there. I just want to see. So, whoa, it's actually down right now. Where's my button? 7.52. Okay, so the hash rate's actually down a bit. 7.52. 752. Enter. Price is currently rocking at 13.4. It's down a little bit. All right. So 44 cents, 21 cents here per power and day. So that's like what? That's like 22 cents profitability still. So that's pretty good. That's not too shabby at all. And what is this telling us? 42 cents. So yeah, that's pretty much what we just worked it out. Exact same thing. So as you guys can see, kind of. So yeah, 42 cents profitability. Spreadsheet is matching up and everything is looking good. So that's awesome. So one thing I know is bringing to everyone's attention, a lot of people saying Dynex coin this, Dynex coin that. You don't have to hold the coin. Let's just look at, what's a 3060 hashing out on Flux right now? Anyone got some quick Flux hash rates? We could probably use hashrate.io for this. So let's just go back into here. Go to the 3060. I'm going to go into Flux. Flux, Conflux, Flux. And we're going to get, so look, so here we go for an example. That's just kind of what OCTOMINER was telling me the other day as well. So if you're mining Flux on an RTX 3060, you'd be getting 0.21 Flux. And I know, hold on guys, but Flux is going to pump. Flux is going to do awesome. You're a strong believer in Flux, so I'm mining Flux. Well, what I would do, I'm not saying you have to do, I would mine Dynex. And also, it's more efficient, so you have less power costs involved with it. Then take that Dynex, swap it into Flux. That Flux will now be getting you 0.54 Flux per day instead of 0.21. 2.5 times more Flux per day mining Dynex and swapping it versus mining Flux alone. And it's profitable at the same time. So, you can hodl your Dynex and wait for a pump. I'm doing that kind of as well because I do see the price gaining value. And then, I might swap it into something. I don't really know. But instead, a lot of catch back and firing has been coming in saying, oh, the coin's not going to do anything. The coin's this or that. That's not the point. The point is it's profitable right now. All the other coins really aren't. Depending on your power price, it might be if you have really cheap power. Mine what's profitable, swap it to what you want to hold. And I'm just using Flux for an example because a lot of people out there like to talk about Flux. This thing would also be making about 250, 300 Raptorium per day if you were to swap it on a 3060. So there's different variations to do it. But the end of the day, Dynex right now on a GPU, it's profitable for most people, unless you're over even 20 cent power, you're profitable on Dynex right now, especially with something like a 3060. So mine the coin. And then if the hash rate gets too high, well, just stop and go back to your unprofitable coin if that's what you want. So, it is profitable to mine on a GPU right now. It's nothing major, but the profitability is there. Just use it any way you want to use it. You mined for 3 days, tried to get a node built and wasn't able to get any support from the Discord. Their Linux node is broken. Went back to solo mining cast, but that's one way to go about it too. I might look into making a node. I don't know yet. Like I said, there's a lot of things I have and I want to do. One thing, a lot of it comes down to I got to hurry up and do the tests on that little B-Link box because eventually I do want to just put Linux within that box and that way I can run everything through Linux. I don't know nothing about Linux, so I'm going to be learning as I go. Like I set up the Dero pool and stuff, that's Linux and stuff. I did a lot of Googling and stuff to do that, but at the end of the day, it's a learning process for me as well. So I'm interested. It's going to be fun to do that. Plus a lot of things are in Linux. And then another thing is the Dynex thing. All that stuff is pretty much based on Linux. So once I get everything else up and running, I want to try to attempt to run, that Dynex node, like you said, and see how solo mining works on that coin because it's interesting. XDAG, for example, have you guys heard of XDAG? It's a CPU mineable coin. It's on Random X and it's weird. Actually, let's just take a look at this. Let's go to XDAG, for example, right here and just give you guys an example. Solo, you can see Solo has the largest hash rate on it, but the Dynex pools, they got a lot of them have 99% Solo rates. But I'm not saying it's anything like this. It's totally different coins and algorithms and so on. But on Dynex, this is the only time I've ever seen this, and it's weird. That's why I'm wondering what's going on there and if it's a possibility. But if you mine to this pool, I was getting like 2-3 coins an hour pool mining. The block reward is like, I can't even remember, 42, 80 coins. I don't even know. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was quite a bit more. So in theory, if you found a block every 6 hours, you're like times 4ing your pool mining thing. And that's what's the case. I was finding, 5, 6, 7 blocks per 24 hours on XDAG which was like, I don't even know what's that work out to be at 42. I'm just going to say 42. I can't remember what the block size is. So let's just go 42 times, let's say 5. That's 210. So let's say I was getting 210 Dynex. Now, if I was to pool mine that for 24 hours, getting like 3 an hour, I was only getting 72. I was getting way more solo mining it because for some reason, the pools would hardly pay you out. I don't understand what was going on with this coin. It's very weird. And you still cannot run your own nodes here. They're working on it. They're in the second or third stage of testing phases so that we can run our own nodes. So I'm actually pretty excited for that, to start actually running my own node and solo mining Dagger in the future. But I'm just curious if, that same mentality may happen across Dynex once we figure out how to run our own nodes and stuff. But we'll see what happens. Where do you see you can run your own Dynex node? Please tell me. It's in their website. You run their daemon. You're running their daemon for their daemon wallet. Now, usually in that case, once you're running a complete daemon like that, just like with Monero and everything else, it does have the capability to run your pool on it. So, yeah, or to mine to it, and it connects to the blockchain. That's what a node is. Another thing is, I believe Son of a Tech is looking into as well. He was going to try to fire up one. And another thing, keep an eye out. Yeah, guys, keep an eye, especially for everyone that's unfamiliar with Dynex. And I know there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts flying around about it. I did see Son of a Tech pop into their Discord the other day, and he said, which dev, he pretty much straight out said, which dev wants to come for an interview? So hopefully one of them's accepting. They said they're going to move it to DM. So we may see a Dynex interview from a dev with Son of a Tech. So I think a lot of us are probably waiting for that to happen because it's going to be some interesting times for sure, but it'll be interesting. So stay tuned for that. No, Dynex cannot be on AMD GPU. There's no GPU miner, no miner available for AMD yet. Now, if one does release, AMD GPUs will be very good because, well, especially the 6000 series, they got so much memory within their cards that they're probably going to be Dynex beasts. But again, there is no available miner to read them AMD cards yet. Yeah, 16 gigabyte cards. That'd be crazy. That'd be insane. That in theory, well, obviously they should blow away the 3060s, which are awesome cards. All right, what else do we got? So I haven't, Tony, mining Dynex on Windows is a bit tricky, it sounds like. Yeah, I'm not sure. I still have to try that. I haven't attempted to try it on Windows yet because, yeah, maybe I'll do that today. And if I get it going decently, I'll show you guys how to do it. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, speaking of that, actually, let's actually have a look at my Hivo S right now. Dynex overclocking. I still got to do the video on overclocking. It's a tricky one as well. So there's two ways. I don't know if you guys are familiar about this. It's pretty cool. So I was talking to you guys may know him in Red Panda's Discord and stuff. Psychological Cal. Do you guys know him? Psychological Cal. He's very smart. He knows how to overclock AMD GPUs very well and stuff. But he was kind of explaining different ways to overclock things. And it's pretty cool. So I kind of want to go through two ways to oversee your rigs. Now, one of them is utilizing LOL miner. And this is a pretty good, smart way. I'm not doing that right now. I'm still kind of trying to, well, it sounds pretty straightforward and basic. I just haven't tried setting it up yet. But what you do is you run LOL miner. As you know, you can set your core clocks, lock clocks, offsets, everything within the miner config of LOL miner. Now you take that and you just run it to like an IP of 127.0.0 and so on, and you leave that as your normal miner. So example, we're running Dynex here in my flight sheet. I'm just gonna, edit this flight sheet, add a miner, and that'll be LOL miner right here, right? And then this is the coin I'm actually mining. LOL miner is just there for my overclock setting. So if my rig reboots or something, like right now, I'm just running NV tool through the run command. So if my rig reboots or something happens, power goes out, it'll just load up in default settings within. Well, with LOL miner within your flight sheet, it'll reapply all your overclocks because it's done within the mining software and it's part of your flight sheet. And then LOL miner isn't mining anywhere. It's just pointed to a dead URL or a dead IP address, but it's still adjusting the OCs for all your GPUs. So that's one way I want to look into it for you. But right now we're just going to look in what I got now, and it's that NV tool and stuff. So I actually got to bring up Oh, I need my crypto addresses here. I got to move this so you guys can't see all this. Hold on, give me a second. This is my test. See, that pops up there too. So I want to close that. Darn it, I might not be able to do this right now. You guys will see all my stuff. All right, I might be not be. Oh, wait, I can see that. Scroll down, scroll down. Where is it? Dynex, oversee, offsets. Oh, I can't copy it right now, darn it. Let me just try this one more time. Okay, that popped up there. This popped up. Okay, that's good. All right, so I got this. Scrolling down. Give me a second, guys. I wasn't prepared to do this. This just popped in last minute. Let's kind of run through this. That's what I got for the 3060. So I'm going to copy that. All right, so now I'm just notepad. All right, I'm going to start a default notepad. I'm just going to put this in here. There we go. All right. So I got this in here. I don't know if you guys can see it too well. So these are my two NV tool settings for Dynex on my 3060. So running through it, this is the command you got to run to overclock within the command prompt. So NV tool, now set clocks. Set clocks is your actual core clock. Set memory is obviously you're locking your memory in there, and then your core offset. Now, if you remember, we looked at BZMiner and other ways. Once you lock your core and stuff within that, you could then use Hive OS to offset your core by just putting in, you know, your 200, 300 stuff on your core. Here, you can do it through the NV tool by simply just adding this whole command. So this is your whole overclocking right here. Now, what's different with Dynex is this adjustment parameter. This is only for Dynex, and this is what allows you the ability to actually use more of your GPU's memory. Lower number means more memory. Higher number means a little less memory. Now, if you go too low in this number, I'm pretty much at the limit right now. If I go to like 1.05 or something, it's going to say unable to run, not enough memory, which means I used up all 12 of that. So it's kind of an interesting thing here. So once you actually do get your overclock stable, then you start adding in your adjustment fee to maximize the amount of memory you have within that GPU that it's not utilizing, which boosts your hash rate up even more. So I don't know if that kind of makes sense to some of you guys. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. 1.66 you got? What do I got? What did I have here? 1.6. Oh, that's even lower. Nice. You know what? Let's try that. All right, let's go in my, I'm going to come into here. I'm going to go in the test bench, flight sheet. 1.66 is good for you. Let's just go into here so we can see everything. All right, so 1.66. Let's try that. 1.66. What do you got? 1.66. You don't have it in 3-way? 1 point. No, 1.66. Oh, that's higher than mine. What? 1.6. Actually, you know, I can kind of give you a rundown on what happened. So let's just go 1.052. You know, we're going 1.052, and you guys kind of see what it does if you set it too low. Let's come into here. Full screen. We'll let it reboot, do its thingamajigger. All right, hurry up and stop. La da 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 da. Back in. Okay, maybe that wasn't too low. Is it working? Oh, there we go. See, waiting to cool down, exit code. So therefore, I set that adjustment period way too low. It's not able to read it. So I'm going to come and bring it back up here. And let's just say, you know what? Let's just remove this command completely. We'll just kind of show you my overclock settings. Update. So we're going to remove that command completely now. So it's just like default. I don't have that command in there. I'm just got the miner up and running. It's good to go, whatever. And we'll just kind of look at our hash rate to see what it looks like and how much adding in that adjustment fee and utilizing more of that memory does do for your hash rate. And now it doesn't adjust your power. Your power consumption remains the same depending on whatever your adjustment is. So I was going to wait a few minutes. It might take a little bit here. Engage. So right now we're at 101.9 hashes. That's probably all we're going to get, but we'll let it play out a little bit here. What's going on in the live chat? You used 1.194 on your 3070 Ti's and got 74 to 75. Nice. 1080 Ti's are 10th in profits on Dynex. No adjustment, 1.66 as default is 1.3 and go lower, or you mean LOL miner 1.66 miner? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. 1.66 newest one. Oh, he's talking about version. Okay, there he goes. I see now. I was just script for 5 seconds to apply OC. Windows start. Really good. LOL miner. Oh, we got a rejected share. Pickled flavor. What is this? Your Dynex chips today are dill pickled flavor. I never caught that before. I don't know. Did it always say that? I don't even know. I love dill pickle though. That's good. So let's just do a refresh. All right. So it looks like we're doing about 101 hashes. Now this will, after about 10 minutes or so, this will start to match this one. Now, the one thing here also is if the CPU, depending how many GPUs you have for Dynex, if the CPU is not powerful enough, this does require a better CPU than other coins. So you may see LA issues and stuff as well. But if say you have 6 3060, so therefore we'd have about 606 hashes with these settings. But if it's only showing you like 404 hashes up here after about an hour or so, you need a better CPU within your mining rig. And I believe it sounds like the OCTOMINER X8s are not able to utilize all 8 CPUs. The OCTOMINER X12 does have a better CPU and it can use all 12. But if you're running into these issues, that's what it is. It's the CPU. You're going to have to remove some of those GPUs. Now, I still got to look into running the multiple instance thing. It sounds like you can run multiple instances, then get full hash, or you just run the multiple instances and you can point the other GPUs towards a different coin. But no other coin is profitable for me. So I just rip those things out of my rig. But I still got to do more investigation. There's a lot of different things going on here than any of the other coins have. Everything else is pretty much the same thing. So we're just going to refresh here. All right, so we're at 101.9. So now we're going to adjust this and go back into my previous settings. So I'm going to grab this adjustment. This is what I was using. Copy. Put in a space. Paste that in there. All right, we're going to update that. Wait for this to reboot. There we go. Engage. Now we're going to wait for this to kick up. And we'll see. So now we're adding in that adjustment fee, the adjustment parameter there. So it's going to be, what this is doing now is it's using more of that GPU's memory, and then it's going to increase the actual hash rate. Now, I didn't actually look to see how many chips it said last time. Were you guys watching this to see how many chips it prepared last time? You'd almost think we got 214,000 to 200, whatever, assigned preparing 2,601 Dynex chips. Oh, I'm going to have to look back in this live stream later on to see if it actually added those chips in or not, like what the difference is. Running multiple instances may work, depends on your CPU. Won't work if CPU very weak. All right, so it may or may not work. Testing. But if you are running into issues, it's most likely your CPU. So let's do a refresh here. So here you can see we're smashing out 111. Now it's not updated here yet, but adding that adjustment parameter, we're sitting at 111.1 hashes now on this RTX 3060. And the power is the same. I didn't have the camera or anything up, so you guys can't see the wall power. But at the wall right now, I'm about 105 watts. And then my system uses 22. So that's about 83 watts that this is using right now. Whoa, and I just slammed in with a bunch of pool rejected shares with dill pickles now. But yeah, that's pretty much how that works. You know, it's just a quick rundown on the whole adjustment parameter there for you guys. But you can see how it definitely does adjust the hash rate. And remember, it only comes down, depends on the memory of the GPU as well. So if you're tweaking this yourself, just come back in. No, you can keep adjusting this number down, and then eventually once you hit that point where it will not run anywhere, that means you've maxed out your memory. You're going to have to go up a little more. So up is less memory, down is more memory for more hashes. Once you hit that point where you have no more extra memory, you're going to not be able to run. All right, so quick thing or dealio right there. What else we got? Running multi. Okay. Yep. When I did a test, Control C to close miner reaction. It was doing stuff, updating 1004 chips on GPU. Felt so wrong. I heard AI coins need full PCI to mine them. I have no idea. I ain't gonna use miner. Think on reflection, a bad choice. Good show. Thank you very much. 2720 crypto. What's going on? So do we have any, how long? Well, we've been here for a while, guys. So do we have any last minute questions or anything? Tomorrow will be our live AMA. So we'll probably be touching up on some of these subjects again and running through profitabilities and all sorts of stuff. But we don't have any more. What is this? RabidMining. Will you try the 7950X with cash? What do you mean? Try it with what cash? Oh, you mean the X3D? No, no. I can't afford it. I wish I could, but I can't. I feel leave that one for the gamers. The miners will be better off. It's going to be more expensive as well, but we'll see. But no, I can't afford to go out and just buy it to try it out. I wish I could, but I can't. It would be nice to definitely try it out though, for sure. I had that on Canadian the whole time. Looks like we are pretty much done with all that. Half the viewers took off already. Any chance you can go over HS3 and Handshake Network? HS3 and Handshake? Okay, let's take a look at ASIC miner value here. HS3, because yes, that's right. New miners just shipped for those as well, didn't they? HS3, 9 terahash. Could see a good old BITMAIN. Handshake. Handshake is the same. Yeah, that's weird though. I wonder if BITMAIN is gonna add firmware or not, so that this can mine SIA coin as well. That's the one thing that was here. I like when I tested out the was it the HS6? No, it was the light, something light. HS6 light or something. I don't know. I tested out whatever one. And mine's both. Now Handshake did use more power, but SIA coin was a lot more efficient. So I ended up mining SIA coin instead. But as for this one, it mines Handshake. It says it's making $12.34. That's good. Stop it. I don't want to be informed. Apply. Yeah, it didn't even change it. I don't know why. It doesn't like 11-cent power for some reason. Parameters stay the same. So profitability is picking up. We got the Handshake network here. What coin is this actually? Oh, Handshake. Makes sense, huh? All right, let's take a look at Handshake. Blake to be plus Shaw 3, 3.9, 3.6. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Hey, you know what? This is a good time for an HS3 miner. Oh my God, for a Handshake miner. Look at this. I gotta put this full screen. Oh, you can't see it. Darn it. So what you guys can't see here is the actual difficulty across the network is going down. It's on a downhill slant, and it's pretty much at a low that it's been in this past since August. So it's at a all-time low. It's at its lowest point since the start right here, and the price is actually booming up. So right now is probably the best time to be mining this coin because difficulty's down, profitability or price is up. It's making some money, and that's exactly what I guess this is telling us right here. And the profitability of $12.84 a day is pretty good. How much are these miners? $2,900, $23. They're not too bad. Now remember, all these, there's different ways to buy a miner too. So let's go for an example. We look at these prices now. You can compare them to 2025. We're probably going to see these miners start selling for, especially if everything takes off, like $10,000 a piece or something or more. So you can almost buy this, never mine on it, and then sell it for 3 times the price and make your money back. That's a way you can look at it right now as well. Or you can just mine the coins, obviously, stack them coins, and then sell a used miner. There's a whole bunch of different things to look at. Same time, you also have do you buy the coin and instead of the miner and you wait for a big pump and then sell your coin? You have that aspect on it. In the end, it comes down to why do you actually mine crypto? But, that looks pretty good right now. The difficulty is down on it. The coin is gaining value, so the profitability is currently there. Thoughts on the Ipollo BTC miner, solo mining BTC. The Ipollo, which one's the Apollo? Apollo, where you at, Apollo? Close, 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 close. Where's ASIC miner value? Did I close it? Oh man, I closed ASIC miner value. Oops. All right. Apollo. Oh man, is it not even here? Which miner is that? Apollo miner. Apollo BTC miner. Apollo BTC. Oh, is this the node thing? BTC ASIC miner and desktop class computer running a full node. Oh, is this what you're referring to? The future bit one? Or is this something else? Oh, nice, Chancoin. You finally got your Ngram wallet going. Good, good, awesome. Shouldn't have any issues and you'll be able to buy food again. So yeah, this is the one you look for. So this is interesting. So you guys may have heard about this last month or 2 months ago, a while ago anyway. So you heard about that solo miner with little hash rate on CK pool, I believe it was. I didn't do the news, so maybe you didn't hear about it. I'm just kidding. A bunch of other people did it. But yeah, so a solo miner would or they said around, what was it, 9 to 12 terahash, smashed out a solo block, against all odds, blah, blah, blah. And they're saying he was doing it USB sticks. Now, the USB sticks hash rate doesn't match up. And the S10 solo miner doesn't match up. So what it actually was, by the sounds of the hash rate that he had and everything, was 3 or 4 of these. These are about 3 or 4 terahash a piece. So, that makes sense. He had about 3 times 4 would be around 12 terahash. So that's about what the hash rate that the guy had. So it looks like he hit that solo block mining with 4 of these guys right here. Now, I don't know. It's $900. It uses a decent amount of power, I think. How much power does this thing use? More than I want to just sit there saying it's not going to use power. 200 watts. Full node Ipollo package, desktop controller, 1 terabyte NVMe drive, and 200 watt PSU. So I don't know how much it actually draws. So in theory, it can't draw any more than 200 watts. It's only got a 200 watt PSU. Introduction, heatsink, which draws 200 watts, full and power. Just say how much, 125 watts in eco mode and 200 watts in turbo mode. 2 to 3.8 terahash is what this thing does. So it sounds like it's closer to the 3. It's pretty good, honestly. It's a box that has everything you need if you want to run a node. A node is the best way to make coins more decentralized. Obviously, Bitcoin is a decentralized king with everyone running their nodes, and these because of it as well. But yeah, if you want to solo mine, run your own Bitcoin node for sure. It has everything for you. Now you could probably do it cheaper by getting, like I said, one of those little B-Link boxes, and then you could just point a USB miner or something to it. There's cheaper ways to do it, but this is just a plug and play, simple, all-in-one package for you. Exactly, 1K for a node. That's what I said. There's a lot cheaper ways you can go about it, like getting a $200 or $300 little thing there. Or if you already have your gaming PC, download the blockchain, learn how to run a node, run your own node, and then you can just point any miners you have towards your node. And it's the exact same thing, and you've done it at less cost. Dynex just announced that your best friend SRB miner will support Dynex. Good or bad? Wish I could turn my CPU on Dynex. That's interesting. I don't. Too bad XM. No, maybe XM rig needs to support it. It'll be interesting to see what comes about SRB miner. Huh. Just now, SRB. Where is it? Just now, let's take a look. Going live, checking out the news with where are we at? Dynex. Announcement. SRB miner X Dynex solves. As Dynex is getting more and more visibility, we are also getting on the map of the commercial mining software providers. Today, we are announcing SRB miners' upcoming support for Dynex solves. It is expected to be released within the next couple of weeks. We are very pleased that our ecosystem is growing. Thank you. There you go. So yeah, SRB miner will be coming. So all right, I gotta cancel the stream because I gotta make a news announcement. I'm just kidding. All right, so SRB miner's coming, so that'll be great. We'll see what happens when that comes in. It'll be interesting to see if any issues evolve around it with the whole Malad thing and if everything's fixed. But all right, another miner, official miner actually, support for Dynex is coming. Rumor ASIC Dynex poop coin. Hey, at least it makes you money. Swap it into something else. Bitcoin. Bitcoin to the moon. Running my own node is resource intensive. My second server will be online soon. I'll have the extra capacity to mess around. Awesome. What is all this no? What's all this no? I just wanted to swap. What? Thanks. Alvadas Jokabas Bacchus. What are you talking about? I just wanted to swap. What are you talking about? You just wanted to swap. You have issues? Something going on? Don't come. What? I mean, mining nodes for solo mining. Don't compete to Dynex. What do you mean, don't compete to Dynex? I'm confused. Anyway, guys, so we've been here for a while. We are going to wrap up this live stream, so I do appreciate everyone for showing up to it. Where's my little button here? BS. Uh-oh. It all blew up. Anyway, thank you for coming to this live stream, guys. I will see you guys on the next one.